I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. Shit on my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused on dangerous, they don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know this because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect. Let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous because I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the option. Woo! Watch how I get it here. Watch how I get it here. Watch how I get it here. Woo!
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers, and welcome to Best Bet for UFC Vegas 74. We got Kai Kara-France going against Amir Albazi. We got 13 fights to talk about. Really looking forward to the show. Before we get started, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I also did link down everybody's channel, information down in this description. Also in the description, you will find the current standings for Best Bet, and then you also find the Best Bet rules as well. So be sure to check that out. I'm going to kick it around to the panel here. We got Johnny K, we got Billy, we got Wheezy. Solid panel here on a Saturday. We'll kick it first to Johnny. Johnny, what is up? You looking forward to the card?
Yeah, after the week off, I'm looking forward to some fights. A lot of close ones in this one, so I'm not doing a lot of parlays, I'll tell you that. I think I only got one. So a lot of single bets and hoping to win some money.
Yeah, I don't have much action on this card. No parlays for me. But yeah, it should be a fun card, I'd say. And then we got a really good card next week for 289. Looking forward to that. We got Billy Brizz in the chat. Billy, what is up? You looking forward to the card today?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's been no MMA on the slate for 2 weeks. I've been betting on fucking baseball games. So, I mean, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. It's not the best card with the most spectacular names, but as long as there's people fighting inside a cage, I'm going to make money on it.
Yeah, I mean, I needed UFC back. I did dabble into the baseball myself, and it didn't go too well. So I'm glad UFC's back. It's what I'm solid at. We got Uncle Wheezy. Uncle Wheezy, what is up? You looking forward to the card?
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I'm a Cub fan, so I don't fucking bet on baseball ever, dude. So, you know, I mean, this is I'm right in my wheelhouse right now. UFC Vegas 74. Looking forward to these fights. They should be some fun fights. Let's make some money on it, though, because then that way we make it even more fun to watch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's shout out the chat before we get started. We got High Spectrum in the chat. We got Dope Space Cowboy. We got Monster hanging out. K9, Eric the Red. We got Chicago Shooting 773.
That's right. Hey, man, 773 is the area code. We're out here dodging bullets daily, son.
Fair enough. We got MT in the chat. We got myself in the chat there. What is up, DFS? Who else we got in here? We got Colby. We got Lucid. We got Charles. We got Kid. We got Gold. We got Trash Panda. We got Jake. We got You Can't Be Snerious 138 in the chat. All right, guys. I say we get right into it. So if you guys have been here for a while, you guys should know by now we have 10 bets for this card, and there's 13 fights. So they each get 3 passes today. And I imagine there might be a pass on this first fight. We got a stinker here. We got Philippe Lins going against Maxime Grishin. We got Maxime Grishin minus 125, Philippe Lins plus 105. We'll start with our Uncle Wheezy. Wheezy, what is your best bet for the first fight of the night?
The best bet on this fight is that your Uncle Wheezy ain't touching it with a 10-foot pole, baby. Pass. One of my 10 passes. Now, let me just tell you something. Brady called me up. He said he needed me on the show. I said, all right. But we're playing by Wheezy's rules. So I get 10 passes, and I'm only betting 3 fights. This is one of the 10 passes, ladies and gentlemen, not touching on this one.
We should the whole show just pass on every fight. I just pass. Don't give any bets on this show. That's the kind of card it is. But Wheezy using up one of his 3 passes. Johnny, how about you? What do you like for the first fight of the card?
Well, I was thinking about doing a pass, but I already have 3 other ones that I want to do. So this is a close fight, though. I'm going to go. I ever so slightly lean the Grishin side on this one, but For my best bet, I'm going to do fight to end by KO at plus 180. I think one of these guys will get the knockout, whether it's Lin's early or maybe Grishin late when Lin slows down a little bit. So I'll just take one of these guys to get a knockout for plus 180.
All right, Johnny taking the fight to end by knockout plus 180. And then Billy, what do you like for the first fight of the night here?
Yeah, this one was a sketchy one. I get why it's the first fight of the night, but I gotta go with my guy Felipe Lins here, man. I feel like Gersham's never a guy I've been really too high on. Takedown is always a concern. He's been taken down 7 times across 4 UFC fights. I think Grisham, while when he first got signed to the UFC, it was kind of like, what the fuck is this guy coming over here for from the PFL? All cancellations. His last 2 fights, he's looked really good since he's cut down to light heavyweight. I think he might have a size advantage over here against Maxime Grisham, not in height, but like in weight bully up against the cage. It's not going to be the most spectacular performance. It's not going to win him any bonuses tonight, but I think Felipe Lins gets his hand raised at the end of a greasy light heavyweight fight.
All right, what line did you get on the?
I got plus 110.
Okay, Lynn's money line plus 110, and all right, sounds good. All right, so Billy Brizz is taking the Lynn's money line to kick us off. Johnny K taking the fight to end by knockout, and then Weezy using one of his 13 passes on the first fight. We got my guy F Carrillo, or now the Carrillo. I like it. Saying, miss you guys. Time to raise up. Saying, oi, Unk talking about maize on syrup like Paul Wall in Houston. I'm repping 713.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace, DJ Screw.
We will be talking about, we will unfortunately be talking about the Maze fight very, very soon. And Carrillo saying, smash a like and subscribe. I agree. Appreciate you, Carrillo, hanging out here on a Saturday. Nice and early show today. All right, let's keep moving on. We have Luan Lacerta going against Damon Blackshear. We got Luan Lacerta currently sitting at minus 150. Blackshear sitting at plus 130. We'll start with you, Billy. What are you liking for this prelim fight?
Whew. We're going to go back-to-back underdogs here. I'm going to go with my guy, Damon Blackshear. I feel like Lacerta comes into this fight as a betting favorite, but it's due to some recency bias. I was kind of a little bit more impressed by Blackshear's loss to Fareed Basharat, somebody I'm a little bit more higher on than Cody Stamen, somebody that I'm absolutely faded on the live stream. I remember Weezy was fucking pissed at me for celebrating when the ref stood up, Adaraj and Stamen. You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? That shit was bad funny. But as I digress a little bit, I feel like Lacerta is content with pulling guard, and deservedly so. 10 out of the 12 of his wins came via submission. I feel like Blackshear should be able to walk down his opponent, though, with a blistering pace. It's going to be a stressful one, but I like Damon Blackshear in this one on the money line.
All right, back-to-back dogs for Billy Brizz. Lynn's kicking it off in the Damon Blackshear. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
I'm going to use one of those passes on this one. I think this is going to be a very close fight. Both guys are very good grapplers, and on the feet, I think it's pretty even too. So I don't know who wins this fight, so I'm going to take a pass. But I do lean Lacerta just ever so slightly. But I'm going to pass for sure.
All right, Johnny using one of his 3 passes. Weezy, what are you liking for this fight here?
So I'm liking that plus 130 on Blackshear here on I believe it's DraftKings. I think it's draft. No.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Look, I think this is a really close fight. So if I'm going to get plus 130 on one of these two guys, I'm really happy to bet that. I think these guys are really well matched. They're both primarily submission artists. But, it's going to be a close fight. So I'll take that plus 130. Hope for the best when it gets to that coin flip, when it gets to the judges, and we'll see if we cash.
All right, so we got Billy on the Blackshear side, Weezy on the Blackshear side, and then we got Johnny passing on it. We got Trash saying Blackshear by late finish or a decision. Let's see. All right, let's move on to the next fight. We have Jinyu Fry going against Elise Reed. We got Elise Reed minus 130, Jinyu Fry plus 110. I remember a couple weeks ago, Elise Reed did open up as the dog at plus 125. So this line has completely flipped. We'll start with you, Billy. What are you liking for this fight here?
This is one of my passes. I hate to be that guy, but you're not getting any Jinyu Fry and Elise Reed thoughts out of me today.
Nothing wrong with that. Weezy, what are you liking for this fight?
Me?
Yes.
Fucking pass, dude. I was actually looking at the fight doesn't go to decision earlier in the week at plus 215. it actually kind of made sense at this number. I think now you're only getting like plus 175 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a flat pass. Good night.
Yeah, even at plus 215, I was like, I mean,
yeah, I know. I needed it to go higher than that, not lower than that. So no thanks, man. I'm staying away.
Yeah, staying away is probably the best idea. And then Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm going to jump on that train as well. I'm going to pass on this. There is nothing I like in this fight at all. No side, no over under, nothing. I can't even like make up a bet that I kind of like. So I'm just going to pass.
Round table question though: if you had a robber come in your house, gun to your head, and you had to save the wife, family, and kids, and you had to pick one bet on this fight, what would you pick?
Oh gosh, I think I'd go just to at least read money line if I had to.
I would roll the dice with the over.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Over 2.5, and then you'd be like, "Don't shoot 265."
Yeah, please don't shoot me.
I would probably take like a super small shot that Jinyu Fry wins by submission because Elise Reed has never even worn a gi in her life.
Okay, that's a good answer, Weezy. You
like
hit him
it.
with plus
You
money,
get a
like,
really
hey,
small bet, and you hope for the best. That's what we always do every damn week is we hope for the best and that the gambling gods don't rinse our asses.
Absolutely. I mean, luckily nobody's coming in my house as far as I'm concerned and making me do that. So I'm gonna pass on it for sure, 100%, man.
He just looked over his shoulder.
You never know. You never know. It's happened before. David's saying power nap. Yeah, I might take a nice power nap. Don't hate that. We got Vince in the chat. What is up, Vince? Marvin's not too happy. 4 guys and no one can make a decision on this fight. I'm sorry, Marvin. Didn't mean to offend you.
We made a decision,
yeah.
a very clear decision, Marvin. All right, and that's the decision is that the bookies have to make a line. We don't have to bet it, and I'm very confident that I don't want to bet this fight. You're welcome.
Exactly.
I would live bet this fight though. After I saw 2 rounds, and I think somebody's up too.
I mean, if Marvin wants to bet the fight, he can bet the fight. You can go ahead, Marvin. Put all your money onto this fight. It's a really good one to bet for sure. All right, so let's move on then to a better fight. We got Jamie Malarkey going against Muhammad Naimov. We got Jamie Malarkey minus 405, Naimov plus 335. Jamie Malarkey, one of the biggest favorites, if not the biggest favorite on the card. He was minus 550, but looks like money had come in on Naimov throughout the week. We'll start with you, Billy. What are you liking on this fight?
It's pretty remarkable because I was betting Jamie Malarkey against Gurab, so that was at crazy plus odds. So once we got the short notice replacement, it made me feel a lot better about it. And I've seen this guy fight before. He's not that good. Don't let the EVOV last name fool you here. Just because he's from Tajikistan and stuff like that doesn't mean he's that good. I've seen this dude get ragdolled by fucking Colin Anglin on the Dana White Contender Series, a guy that we've faded and made so much money on before during his UFC run. So I think Jamie Malarkey smokes him, but it's not going to be the first round smoking of the grill. It should be the second round here. Similar to his fight against, I believe it was Devontae Smith when he knocked him out in the second round with a bunch of flurries and pressure after his opponent got tired a little bit. That's how I think Jamie Malarkey gets this one done inside the distance, minus 150.
Malarkey inside the distance, minus 150. Johnny, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I like Malarkey as well. The short notice, I mean, it's pretty much Malarkey's fight to lose here. So I think he's going to get the finish eventually. I think he's going to get it by knockout. So I'm going to go Malarkey knockout at plus 100. I would say second or third round. He's not one of those like first round knockout guys, but he'll wear him down enough to the point where he'll get the knockout later in the fight.
What'd you say the line on that knockout was?
Malarkey plus 100 for knockout.
Sounds good to me. And then Wheezy, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, this one, I've actually got a quarter unit bet on Naimov at plus 390. Completely unimpressed with Jamie Malarkey's skill set. He's a great fighter, right? He'll go in there, he's going to scrap. He's got good boxing. He's got good wrestling, okay grappling. He puts it all together pretty well, but he's not spectacular anywhere. Let's face it. He's tough. You know, he's got good cardio. He's got all the pieces that you need to have to be a solid fighter all around. He's not spectacular. And if you think that I'm wrong about that, please go back and watch the Francisco Prado fight. That dude that dude took like a 16-hour flight, like 48 hours before he got in the cage. And I mean, like, Malarkey did nothing for 15 minutes there. So I am going to bet the fight goes to decision here. When you go back and you watch the Colin Anglin versus Naimov fight, the one thing you see is that Naimov completely adrenaline dumps after round 1. The second thing you see is him get punched in the face 175 times and never once go down. This dude is tough as a $2 steak. I think that even with the short notice, even up a weight class, a guy like Malarkey probably isn't finishing him. So I'm just going to
What? Wheezy, are we serious? This dude was a minus 350 biggest betting favorite on his Dana White Contender Series fight and got smoked by Colin Anglin. Dude, that's a fucking
dump. He had nothing left after the first round. I mean,
Colin Anglin is a fucking bum. If I didn't know who Colin Anglin was and we were in the bar and the dude stepped in my shoes, I would fucking beat his ass.
What?
Without even knowing. I would be like, yo, you gotta fight outside. Let's go.
Dude,
and
Colin Anglin would be like, yo, it's
Colin
Anglin. Like I'm smoking Dante O'Mays in a 50-yard dash, son. You were telling me about fucking Edmund Shabazian last week, please.
Hey, he gave us a run for our money, but I did have
about
under
3
2.5,
minutes, which is what he has, you know. And then Hernandez did what Hernandez did.
I had the under 2.5 too, but I'm telling you, man, don't let
really?
the old. If this dude's name was Joe Smith, I bet you he'd be a plus 1,000 underdog.
Dude, you need a shovel to knock this guy Naimov out. You're not knocking him out. I don't think you're knocking him out, dude. If he couldn't knock out Francisco Prado, it did nothing for 15 minutes. And it's
I will say, I do think Malarkey's best way to get the knockout is work the body a bit. He has to work the body a bit.
Yeah, he should absolutely do that,
He got
Johnny.
signed to the UFC off of Tough Enough fight organization. What the fuck is that?
It's a regional scene organization, dude. The guy's 145.
If you're losing,
but he's tough, dude.
If you're losing, give me fights in Titan FC. You should not be here,
dude. That Jati Milan fight was 3-2. Okay, Naimov won the second and the third rounds of that fight.
I personally know the dude at Titan FC. Those are the most ranked fights in regional scene MMA history. And if you can't get a win at minus 300 in that fight organization, man.
All right, guys.
If Malarkey blows this one and it goes tits up, I am going to bust your fucking balls, dude.
And I'm sure you guys will be on the stream together today.
We
right?
will.
Let's go. All right, we'll see.
Shot time on the stream.
Someone's going to be right. Someone's going to be wrong. We will see for sure. But yeah, Malarkey on DK's, I think, is the way to go. Marvin, I don't know if you're being serious, but Marvin's saying I'm not betting on this one at all. But some of y'all passing on 10 out of the 13, or even on the stream. Marvin, that was clear sarcasm. Nobody's passing on 10 fights. So come on, get it together.
That's not true, Brady. I'm passing on the next 10.
I trust Wheezy. I mean, when he says it, he's gonna do it.
Yeah. So anyway, let's move on to the next fight. We have John Castaneda going against Wayne Gafurov. We got John Castaneda minus 133, Gafurov plus 113. We'll start with you, Wheezy. What do you like on this fight here?
I'm going to pass on. No, I'm kidding. So I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot on the big plus money number here, you guys. Wayne Gafurov by decision is plus 3. Where is it?
350.
Is it? I see 325 out there on Fight Odds IO on Pinnacle, but I thought I saw 350 somewhere else.
I saw 350 on FanDuel this morning.
Okay. Look, he can wrestle, right? And Castaneda can too, but Gafurov's pretty good on the feet. He throws a big overhand right that lands sometimes. I think he's a good fighter. He's faced the same level of competition on the regional scene that Castaneda had. They both have fought really good guys on the regional scene. Castaneda in Combate. You had Gafurov fighting in one and in Russia as well in ACB. So, both of these guys are well tested on the regional scene. But I do like the fact that Gafurov not only swings with power when he's on the feet, but also that when he does get takedowns, he's like a wet blanket. He'll stay in your guard. He'll stay busy enough that the ref won't stand him up. And he's a good minute winner, even though all but one of his wins have come by finish. So we're going to see, if Castaneda or Gafurov make it the full 15 in this fight. But I think if it does go 15 minutes, I think it's going to be Gafurov winning the minutes. So I'm going to take a little bit of a home run swing and try to get 3.5 units here.
Big plus money bet for Wheezy there. Billy, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, man, I got to go with my guy, Gafurov, man. Highly touted prospect on the UFC's radar for a while. Started off his career at one championship, went 3-3. And then the Dana White Contender Series fight, I had mad money on him against the dude, Elliott. Yeah, Elliott. Oh, man, that was a heartbreaking split decision. But since then, though, he's rebounded, going 2-0, taking the LFA vacant bantamweight belt. Shouts to my guy, MMA Locker Room. He told me Gafurov took a lot of risks taking this fight on short notice, vacating that LFA belt and a big paycheck. He could take this fight anywhere he wants to. Two-time combat Sambo world champion, Feli world grappling champion. While he hasn't gotten a submission since 2016, I think he's more than a threat on the ground. He throws powerful strikes like Wheezy was talking about, and he throws a lot of leg kicks that can get his wrestling going. A lot of output despite not the most technique, but the spinning shit sometimes is eye-appealing to the judges, a little bit annoying to bettors, but you don't get a lot of second chances in life to impress Dana White, and I think he's going to be the underdog of the night. I'm not even going to get cute on this one. I don't mind a decision prop, but I really think he might smoke John Castaneda here.
So Gafurov money line, and what did you get on that?
I got plus 116 at FanDuel.
Bet. Okay, plus 116. All right, Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
Well, I'm going to be the oddball here. I'm going to go with Castaneda by decision. I do like this fight to go decision. Both guys are tough. Both guys have good cardio usually, and they're both good. Like, they're good everywhere, but they're not great anywhere. But it's going to be a close fight. I'm just going to pick the guy who's coming in on full camp here. So give me Castaneda. I think he comes back a little bit better than he looked in his last fight, and he'll be safer, and I think he'll use his wrestling as well and try to. So I'll say Castaneda to win by decision at plus 175.
All right, I even see a plus 210 for you there. So
Ooh.
we got Wheezy,
Okay.
Gafurov decision, plus 350. Johnny, Castaneda by decision, plus 210. And then Billy Brizz.
Gafurov's on short notice. He trains in Vegas, so, I mean, it's not that much short notice. This is him fighting in his backyard, so shouts to his management for getting them this fight.
Oh, yeah. I think he's somebody that absolutely deserves to be in the UFC. I'm very high on him, so we'll see how he does this week. And then smoke Castaneda on short notice. What are you smoking? I mean, he could.
Hey, man, you need to be smoking on that Mile High pack, man. You must not know Trash Panda because this shit ain't trash over here. We smoking on exotics.
I got Abu Bakr under Nurmagomedov. We'll talk about that fight shortly. We got Forrest on the Gafurov side with a squirrel and a bunny emoji. There you go. The real saying Gaff. Let's see. All right, let's move on to the people's main event. We got Dontel Mays going against Andre Arlovski. We got Dontel Mays minus 143, Andre Arlovski plus 123. It's just so funny looking at Dontel Mays' name and seeing a minus number. It's funny to me. Wheezy, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, one of my parlay pieces this week is the over 2.5 rounds here. The data likes it. I think the stylistic read plays into this fight being kind of like a low volume pot-shotting match here. Dontel Mays fights with very little urgency. You know, I mean, he fights with the urgency of Billy Brizz trying to get out of the bed after 7 joints, you know, so it's like, you know, I don't really see either one of these guys pushing the pace. Now, of course, Mays might get a takedown and Arlovski might insta-tap, but at minus 190, you know, and I think that's still where it is. It's where it was when I went to bed at like 3:30 a.m. Yeah, man, I'm just going with the over 2.5 rounds here. I think it coasts over.
Yeah, probably a sweat-free over there where nobody does anything. So Weezy taking the over. Billy, what do you like for this fight here?
My heart, I mean, my eyes tell me that Andre Arlovski should easily probably win this fight by split decision. However that sounds, easily win by split decision. But that's just an Andre Arlovski fight. But deep down in my heart, I really think Dontel Mays could smoke Andre Arlovski. I think he might finish him here. So I'm just going to have to pass on this fight because the numbers would tell me I got to bet Arlovski plus money. But I really think Dontel Mays is about to knock Andre Arlovski's out.
You're passing on that. You're going to piss off Marvin in the chat if you pass on this one. We have to bet on every single fight. Every single fight. Johnny, what are you liking for this fight here?
So yeah, this is going to be a sloppy fight and so slow paced. Like they're going to be barely surviving every round. So I think the judges are going to have a hard time deciding who wins this fight. So I'm going to say this fight goes to split decision at plus 400. They're not going to know who's going to win this fight. They're just going to literally just flip a coin, and whatever it is, that's what it is. So I don't know who's going to win. I'll let it go to split decision for plus 400.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Chicago, it was in the chat earlier. I saw you talking about Mays being a lock. I don't know, man. I mean, he could win, but Mays being a lock, I don't know.
I love your confidence. I love the confidence.
Like, if I could compare Dontel Mays to like a different sport, Dontel Mays is like the Oakland Athletics of like the UFC. Like if you think you're about to bet on Dontel Mays, just pass on the fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I think Mays is atrocious. He can still win the fight. I think he's atrocious, though. TKO Mays, Bumtail Mays. Yeah. Arlovski can beat Mays even at 60 years old. Arlovski coming out with a cane.
Says Dontel Mays not enough octagon experience. Homie fought surreal God, man. He took one of the hardest leg kicks I've ever heard to a body ever inside of the UFC cage. Like he's got the octagon experience. Am I betting on it? No, because he lost me that money against Hamdi Duwala fuck that wants to go juice up his fucking arms every 5 seconds. And we don't get refunds for that? That's absolutely ridiculous, man.
Yeah. A lot of people got burned on Dontel Mays. All right, so what we will do now is we're going to go over what we got thus far. So we'll start with you, Uncle Weezy. You're passing on the Grishin fight. You're taking the Damon Blackshear money line plus 130. You're passing on the Reed fight. You're taking the Malarkey fight goes decision plus 165. You're taking Gafurov by decision plus 350, and then the Arlovski over 2.5 rounds minus 190. Weezy, you have 2 passes used. You have 1 left. We get 3 passes on this show. I'm talking to you, Marvin, in the chat. Johnny, you're taking Grishin. Fight ends by KO plus 180. You're passing on the Lacerta fight. You're passing on the Reed fight. You're taking Malarkey KO plus 100. You're taking Castaneda by decision plus 210. You're taking the Arlovski fight ends by split decision plus 400. You have used 2 passes. You have 1 left for the rest of the card. Billy, you're taking Philippe Lin's money line plus 110. You're taking Damon Blackshear money line plus 130. You're passing on the Reed fight. You're taking Malarkey inside the distance minus 150. You're taking the Gafurov fight or Gafurov money line plus 110. And then you are passing on the Arlovski fight. So you as well have used 2 passes. Looks like everybody has 1 pass left. All right, we'll move on to the next fight. We have a very good fight. We have Daniel Santos going against Johnny Munoz Jr. Daniel Santos now around minus 230. Johnny Munoz Jr. around plus 195. We'll start with you, Billy. What are you liking for this fight here?
You're muted, Billy.
Yeah, I think you're muted.
I'm just going to get straight to the point. I like Daniel Santos in this spot, but it's just like the bullshit of betting MMA sometimes. Like in the other sports and stuff like that, we see other athletes damn near every fucking day, so we know how their health and stuff is doing. I actually don't know what Daniel Santos's health is like over this past little time period that he's been off. I heard he's got a lot of different surgeries and stuff like that. He had to pull out one of his fights because of he was hurt trying to come back. So it's just like the other narrative stuff that I can't really add into the cap, that I can't really see in the film, kind of throws me off from staying like actually betting this fight. But if I had to bet this fight, I'd probably take Daniel Santos straight on the money line. Earlier in the week, I kind of thought there was a little bit of value by Santos by sub, but I'm not going to get cute with this one. I got to get back up on the leaderboards here. So get your juice boxes out for this one.
So you're
straight
money line, and it looks like the best money line price, like minus 215.
Yeah, I got minus 215. Okay. Let me check Flip though. Let me see if Flip's got a good line up on here.
Let me know, but I'll put you down at minus 215 there. All right, Weezy, what do you like for this fight?
I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to pass on this one or not, because like this line has just gotten ridiculous. I mean, like this opened with like Santos minus 130, minus 140. You could have got the under 2.5 at like minus 130. Now it's like minus 200 almost, for Christ's sake. So it just seems like the bets that I think that are going to cash have gotten pushed so far. They've gotten juiced so far to the tits that I think that I might even go the other way. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to be contrarian, and I'm going to bet the over 2.5 rounds here at plus 143. on Unibet. I'm going to just hope that Johnny Munoz Jr. hugs this dude for 12 and a half minutes because he's going to pressure. Nobody likes being pressured like that. And we've already seen Munoz kind of take this game plan in the Nate Maness fight that he took that fight on short notice. So I think that he's going to really hate Santos's pressure. I think he's going to force the grappling. And if that happens, I think that this fight goes over 2.5 rounds. So give me that plus 143 on Unibet.
All right, Wheezy taking the over. Billy taking the Santos money line. Johnny, what are you taking?
Yeah, I like what Wheezy said, but I'm just going to go the other way. I like Santos to win inside the distance at plus 100. I think he does pressure him pretty much for 2 or like 1.5, 2 rounds, and he gets the knockout eventually. But Munoz does not like to get pressured at all. So we've seen it happen a couple times in his fights. So I think Santos, I mean, it is worrisome that he does get, hurt sometimes in his fights and he can get knocked down, but he's durable and he always puts on the pressure no matter what. So give me him inside the distance, plus 100.
All right, Johnny taking the inside the distance route. You can't be snerious. Agreeing with you there. Dixon kind of on the Wheezy side. Munoz Jr. by decision. Sean saying Munoz isn't talented at all. I don't think that's the case, but we'll see what happens. Mays first round KO lock. I mean, I don't know, man. I
hope not. I hope not, man. There goes my over 2.5. But it would be funny.
I will say though, if he does have any path to victory for a KO, it's in the first round.
Dude, if Mays KOs Arlovski in the first round, you can guarantee that I'm going to be laughing my ass off, even though I bet just didn't cash. I'm going to be like, holy shit, Don'Tale Mays just got a first round knockout.
It'd be wild. It'd be wild. How's Mays' cardio? It's terrible, just like everything else in his game. But we'll see what happens with that fight. All right, let's move on then to the next fight. We have Ulaizu Zaleski dos Santos going against Abubakar Nurmagomedov. We got, I think, like a line flip here. So Nurmagomedov opened up plus 119, currently plus 123. And Dos Santos opened up minus 139, currently plus 103. We'll start with you, Billy. What do you like for this fight here?
I gotta side with Abubakar, but man, it's just like out of all the Nurmagomedovs, he's got to be the worst one by a wide margin. Anyone from the cousin tree, anyone from that camp. But, I mean, he did knock the fuck out of Conor McGregor before, so hopefully he can show me a little something here tonight. Ulaizu Zaleski, I think the big thing that – I think this is more of a fate of Zaleski here because, I mean, that USADA suspension and he's coming back against Nurmagomedov seems like a passing of a torch here. I think Nurmagomedov needs Bubakar, I should say. It's disrespectful to even call him Nurmagomedov. Bubakar here, I feel like he needs that one win to really push that last name. And he's probably going to come here tonight. I think it's going to be round 3 or decision here for Abubakar plus 115.
All right, round 3 or decision plus 150. I think that's a great way to play him. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, another close one. I'm going to use my pass on this one, but I do like Zaleski to win, but I'm just not confident enough to either pick or, bet on this one. So going to be a close one. I could see Nurmagomedov using his wrestling for all 3 rounds. He's going to have to use it. I think he can't keep this fight on the feet. I think Zaleski's too dangerous, but it's going to go to decision, and I don't know who's going to win, so I'm just going to pass on this one.
You're passing on the fight. Marvin in the chat's not going to like to hear that, but it's what we got to do.
I know. Sorry, Marvin.
Yeah. Sorry, Marvin. Okay. Wheezy, what do you like for this fight here?
I like the Abu money line. I think he's a really good minute winner. I'm worried about Ulaizu, a year and a half away from the cage, PED suspension, shoulder or elbow injury, I think. So a lot of things going on, a lot of unknowns. And what I do know about Abu, one, he's monstrously ugly. But that's good. That's a good thing, you guys. Monstrously ugly people are going to work hard in the gym. They know how to wrestle. They know that that's their only path in life. So, and he can win the minutes, dude. I think Abu's striking is seriously underrated. He's got a really nice jab. He switches stances. Great accuracy. Really good defense, too. He's hard to find. So I think he wins this fight. I like the minus 110 that's available right now on Pinnacle and Cloud Bet and all those. That's what I'm going to go with.
All right. Minus 110 for Nurmagomedov. All right. See what you guys are saying in the chat.
Somebody said in the chat, Zaleski versus Nurmagomedov, fadeable fight on DK men, question mark. I think so, but on FanDuel, I did end up getting to some of that fight.
Yeah, I don't have much, but this week's weird in DraftKings just because you have to play Miller, you have to play Malarkey, you got to play the main event. So I didn't get to a ton of it. But I don't think it's the worst fight to target on the card, I'd say.
I think in DraftKings, though, you could get a little bit sneaky with maybe fading Jim Miller and maybe playing Souza or something like that.
Yeah, you could. Risky, but those risks could absolutely pay off if Miller either A, doesn't score well, or B, loses. So, yeah, can't wait for DraftKings.
Are you leaving money off the table tonight?
I'm leaving so much.
How much on average?
At the very least, I'm leaving 2,000 off. I'm trying to be different.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little crazy tonight. Maybe get a solo takedown. We'll see.
Brady said, "I got a kid to pay for, man. You think I want to be splitting money with you bums?"
Exactly. Try not to split. Appreciate it, Marvin. You're a good sport. You're a good sport. LOL ugly. That's what I thought about Raul Rosas. Yeah. What happened there, Weezy?
Well, dude, he still beat Perrin.
Yeah,
he's way better looking. And Perrin's way better looking than him. And then Mando Gutierrez on the Contender Series, he was way better looking than Rosas. Still got dog walked for the full 15. So, man, we'll see how it shakes out.
Yes, sir. All right, let's keep moving on. We got Karina Silva going against Ketlin Souza. We will start with you, Billy. What do you like for this fight here?
By default, Weezy would have the numbers in the template. I feel like everything in the world screaming Silva wins inside the distance or bet the underdog. So I'm probably going to take Silva inside the distance here.
Do you know what line that is?
I believe +1. Let me check that on FanDuel. That's been moving on FanDuel.
Silva inside the distance, I'm seeing as good as +100.
Okay.
Pinnacle and Bovada.
Let me check FanDuel because I thought I saw +110 this morning.
If you
on DraftKings, I saw +110, but it might have changed.
Yeah, I got +110 on FanDuel and DraftKings.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, so Silva inside the distance for Billy Brizz. Weezy, what do you like here?
Is there a decision-only prop for this fight?
There is on DraftKings.
It's so bad, bro. It's -380 for Silva decision no bet.
Oh,
that's the finish-only prop. I want to look at the decision-only just in case Souza doesn't get finished. I think
it's like -115, but it might have changed.
We got it at -120. God, that's trash. All right, we're swinging for the fences again. Going Ketlin Souza by decision, which is +300.
Right.
Look, I'm not impressed with Karina Silva. She's a moment winner, pure moment winner. Her striking is very powerful, but she couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Her wrestling defense is not good, but she throws up good submissions from her guard. Ketlin Souza is smaller. She's faster. She's harder to find. She's got good lateral movement. I think if she fights smart, she might be able to pick her apart for the full 15.
All right. Taking the big plus money shot there, +300. Johnny, we got Billy on the Karina Silva side, Weezy on the Souza side. Which side do you line up on?
I love Silva in this spot. I think she gets it done inside the distance. But I'm going to take a little shot here. I'm going to go Silva to win by second round submission at +600. I got to catch up to Lou somehow. I think this is one of the fights I'm going to try to. I just think eventually she'll get that submission in the second round. First round, I think she might get close to landing something, but the second round hits and then she gets it done.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same side there. Trenton saying, I always bet the uglier fighter for WMA. Who's the uglier fighter here?
Souza? It's definitely Souza. That head of hair on Karina Silva is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice.
Yeah. To each his own, Silva.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone made weight as far as I'm concerned there. Souza's getting smoked. Hella bad bitches in the gym right now, and I'm listening to y'all talk. That is dedication. There you go. Appreciate you hanging out, even though there's some bad bitches going on. All right, let's keep moving on, guys. We have the talk of the town, Tim Elliott going against Victor Altamirano. We got Elliott -162, Altamirano +142. Johnny, what do you like in here?
I'm gonna go Elliott decision prop at plus 100. I think a lot of people they're saying like his head's not going to be there, but I'm like the exact opposite. I think he's going to be super focused here. He's not going to mess around. He's just not dangerous enough for me to think he's going to finish Victor Altamirano because he's very tough. So I think he'll get the decision win, probably win rounds 2 and 3 because Victor does slow down as the fight goes on a little bit, and I think Elliott's a little bit better with his cardio. And experience is going to play a factor here too. So give me Elliott decision prop at plus 100.
All right, Elliott by decision plus 100. Billy, what do you like in here for this fight?
Yeah, once enemy, now homie. Shouts to my guy, Tim Elliott. Unblocked your boy on Twitter over the little Gina Manzani beef. I told you Gina was the first one to call it. But as I digress a little bit, this is a potential fight of the night one for me. Unorthodox fighters on the roster, but I think Elliott's going to be the one controlling the center of the octagon. They both have the ability to get in takedowns, but I think Elliott has a huge grappling advantage. Altamirano pulls guard often. Carlos Candelario got 5 takedowns on the dude in the Dana White Contender Series, and he still got signed on the Dana White Contender Series. I believe he's the only person ever to get signed on the Dana White Contender Series, losing that fight in the same exact night. So always a guy I've been looking to fade. If it wasn't for the layoff, the doors, the James Krause situation, he'd be minus 250 in this spot. I had a little bit of concerns, but shouts to James Lynch over on Puff Sports Radio. Did an interview with Tim Elliott about a week and a half ago. Tim's locked in. Tim's ready to go. Message him on Twitter. And I think he's going to steal the show tonight while there's Kai Kara France and Amir Albazi potentially fighting for who's going to fight for the belt next. I think Tim Elliott's going to steal the show tonight. I think he's going to submit Victor Altamirano tonight and cash this $50K bonus, baby. But for show purposes, I'm going to take Tim Elliott on the money line.
All right, Elliott money line, and what do we got for the best line?
But my bank account got that plus 500 on that sub, though.
There you go. I see like a plus or like a minus 175. I don't know if you
minus 175 typical.
Perfect. All right, so we got Billy on the Elliott money line, Johnny on the Elliott by decision. Yellow in the chat. Yeah, I think Johnny X is gonna have a field day on this fight. I can't wait to see.
Wait, Weezy, before we go on though, remember when Tim Elliott fought that one dude? I think it was like 2 or 3 fights ago, and the dude was supposed to be a women beater, and he like blacked out. He was he was beating the dude's ass on top, and he was like, "She messaged me that you beat fucking girls. Well, now beat my ass." And he blacked out, and he just whooped his ass and got a finish.
I did not see that Espinoza, really? Espinoza
that happened, yeah.
Wow. I didn't go back and watch that fight because the stats told this story. 13 and a half minutes of control time for Tim Elliott in that fight.
13 minutes of talking, Weezy. He was talking that shit.
Talking to him while he was beating his ass, dude. That's some G shit right there. I like it, man. I'm going with Elliott by decision here as well, just like Johnny K. A lot of the same reasons. I think he's going to be the better minute winner here. We've seen Victor Altamirano be happy to play guard off of his back. And if he does that against Tim will happily just hold him down and work him. I think that this will be a close fight, to be honest with you. I think Altamirano might have a chance to win the second and the third rounds here if we see Tim, because Tim does get tired sometimes. But I still think that he should be able to get takedowns when he wants them. He's very dedicated to the wrestling. 99 takedown attempts since 2013 for Tim Elliott in the UFC. So you could count on this dude going out there, mixing in the grappling. And I think if he does that, he wins the decision here. So plus 100, Tim Elliott by decision.
All right, looks like everybody is on the Elliott side there. 2 fights. No, we have 3 fights left. We got Jim Miller going against Jesse Butler. We got Jim Miller minus 250. Jesse Butler is currently sitting at plus 210. Just want to take a quick peek here. It looks like Billy has used up 2 of his passes, or 3. No, 2. Johnny has used up all 3 of his passes, and then Wheezy, it looks like you still have 1 pass. It looks like Wheezy and Billy still have 1 pass. But yeah, Jim Miller, minus 250, Jesse Butler, plus 210. Wheezy, what do you like in here?
Pass. Definitely pass in this one. There's really not even any props out on it, so I'm just going to stay away.
All right, Wheezy passing on the Miller fight. All right, Billy, what do you like into this fight here?
Man, this is one of those weird weeks. I mean, UFC is back. This reminds you of like a fucking COVID card with these late notice replacements. But Jim Miller goes from a guy I didn't really want to bet on to a guy that I was going to bet on against Jared Gordon to a guy that now I'm parlaying with Jamie Malarkey tonight. I love Jim Miller in this spot. While his opponent is a decent BJJ artist and willing to throw down and with volume too, despite the technique, he seems to be cutting down a lot of weight. And if you're cutting down a lot of weight and you're taking a fight on short notice and you made weight, I think he's going to gas out. And that should set up perfectly for Jim Miller here. And a little bit of a greasy narrative theory. He's from Interim Management Company. And if you ever heard about that company does not give a fuck about their fighters. They just try to get their money. Who's worse. So I think it's another one of those case scenarios here. And Jim Miller, most wins in UFC victory. Keep on going to the moon, Jim Miller. You go.
You taking the money line or inside the distance for Miller?
Is there even props on this fight?
Yeah, I think they just recently opened up. Miller inside the distance -115, -110.
All right, get your juice boxes out. I'm taking it short on the money line. Not getting you.
Go.
Okay, so Miller -240. I see for money line. All right. So Weezy passed. Billy taking the Miller money line. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
I like Miller here a lot. Obviously, Butler's coming in on short notice. He's mainly a grappler. He's a featherweight as well, so he's moving up a little bit. So I think this fight will play out on the feet majority. So I'm going to go take a little shot here again. Miller's second round knockout at +800. He did that a couple times recently against Gonzalez and Mota, and they were both coming in on their UFC debut. So I'm going to third time's a charm right here. So I'm going to try it out. Miller knockout round 2, 800.
All right, taking the big plus money there. I think that's the biggest plus money play of the day. So we'll see if you hit that, Johnny. All right, co-main event now. We got Alex Caceres going against Daniel Pineda. We got Alex Caceres around -190, Pineda around +165. We'll start with you, Billy. What are you liking for this co-main event?
Damn, man, this is not the one to ask me on, man. I'm gonna have to pass on this one. I think Daniel Pineda. I just can't throw money against Daniel Pineda anymore. I did it in the PFL when he was in the PFL. I did it with Khabib's cousin, Moblialov, and that was the only time Kubialov's ever lost a fight, and he got knocked out by Daniel Pineda. So I was like, you know what? We want to get this money back with Tucker Lutz. Tucker Lutz looked like a fucking bum. And Alex Caceres is also a dude that's lost me a lot of money before with, what was that Chinese dude, Soon-Won Choi or whatever? And Alex Caceres got dropped in the first round, ends up submitting him. And I was just like, all right, this is just – I just don't want to bet Alex Caceres fights. I don't want to bet Daniel Pineda's fights. Those are the two least favorite fighters of me in the UFC for ROI profitability wise. I didn't bet fucking Chase Hooper against Alex Caceres, so I feel like it'd be disrespectful not to bet Daniel Pineda. So I'm just gotta pass.
All right, nothing wrong with passing. So everybody's pass has been used up. Marvin, there's no more passes on the rest of the show. So enjoy. Wheezy, what do you like for this co-main event?
Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week this week is Daniel Pineda to win this one inside the distance. And DraftKings is hanging a +250 for a guy who's finished 100% of his wins inside the distance. Come on, man. That's what I'm doing. +250. Pineda to shave some ass here.
Does it concern you at all, Wheezy, that after the last performance that was in Texas, he got a fat contract from the UFC?
Not really. You know what I mean? Look, this guy Pineda, I think he'd fight somebody in a cornfield for free. You know, this guy, you look at the way that he fights, dude, he clearly loves to fight, you know? So I don't know. It's going to be a really good fight, dude. Pineda's going to go out there to try to kill this guy. I've got fight doesn't go to decision here as well in a parlay, but there's just not enough meat on that bone. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to get that belt. So I'm going with +250 for Pineda.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right, Johnny, what do you like for this co-main event?
Yeah, I got the same thing as Wheezy, actually. Pineda inside the distance +250. I like it. I think he's going to get the finish. Caceres has been submitted 7 times in his career, and Pineda is dangerous everywhere. But, there's always a chance that he might fade as the fight goes on. So I'm going to take the shot, though, on Pineda. I like him a lot. I think he's a little underrated, and I think Caceres is just a little overrated, personally. That's just my feelings. But give me Pineda +250 inside the distance as well.
All right. So next, we will move on to the main event. We have a 260 view in here. If you guys have not already, be sure to smash the like button. Let's get those likes up by the time we get out. But yeah, we got a good main event here. We have Amir Albazi going against Kaikar France. We have a lot of alignment throughout the last week or so. We have Kaikar France, who opened up plus 150, currently minus 105. Amir Albazi opening up minus 175, currently minus 115. We'll start with you, Johnny. What are you liking for the main event?
Man, this is a very close fight, and I was thinking about passing on this one, but I didn't use it, obviously. But I didn't want to be lame and not do a main event one. So I'm going to go with Kai, his money line at plus 100. I think what Albazi does very good, Kai can defend, which is the takedowns, and he has good submission defense. So I think this fight will mainly be on the feet, and that's when I think Kai might have a slight advantage with his boxing. And so give me Kai to win a decision, but I'm just going to go money line at plus 100. It's going to be a very close and fun fight to watch, though.
All right, taking the Kai money line is Johnny. Billy, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, man. I mean, the fact that they're giving the flyweights a main event, first flyweight main event since 2017, that's all I need to know. These two boys are in this octagon for a reason. This isn't on the road or in UFC Charlotte or somewhere like that or on a pay-per-view event. This is inside the UFC Apex. The promotion wants violence. We're going to get violence here tonight in this main event. Flyweight unders for the W tonight. No distance, minus 130.
All right. Fight doesn't go decision minus 130.
Yep, I got minus 130 at Typico.
Sounds good. All right. And then Wheezy, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, fight doesn't go to decision. I got minus 135 on DraftKings. Got it at minus 120 earlier in the week. It's a tracked bet for me. Like this spot, these guys, whether it goes to the ground and Albazi's going to be dangerous, and they're both dangerous on the feet. Neither one of them has ever went the full 5 rounds in their entire pro career. And as a matter of fact, Amir Albazi's never even been scheduled for 5 rounds in his career. So there's some narrative things that lead me to believe that this fight's going to finish inside the distance. Flyweight fights finish inside the distance. Let me get the number for you guys here real quick.
Yeah, this is what we got Wheezy for, man. Go pull up there.
Dude, you know how many? There have been 22 5-round flyweight fights since the year 2013, and 63.64% of them have finished inside the distance. We're only paying about I would say maybe like a 56% implied, or maybe 56% implied probability here. Let's get it.
Let's go. All right.
I like
All
it.
right.
Wait. Before we go, Wheezy, is this a 10-unit max bet for you?
No. No max bets. Not on this card, not on this fight. No, man. The max bet is that I'm going to be sitting back enjoying these fights today.
There you go. And I think you might cash that bet today, Weezy.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Let's
man.
go. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through everyone's bets, make sure everything's 100% correct. And then these guys are going to give their best bet of the card. If they hit their best bet, their profit is going to double. So for example, Wheezy's best bet is Daniel Pineda inside the distance. If he hits that bet, not only is he going to get the 2.5 units, that's going to double into a 5-unit return for him there. So we'll start with our Uncle Wheezy. He is passing on the Grishin fight. He is taking Damon Blackshear money line plus 130, passing on the Elise Reed fight, taking the Malarkey fight, goes the distance plus 165, taking Gafurov by decision plus 350, taking the Arlovski over 2.5 rounds minus 190, taking a Santos fight to go over 2.5 rounds plus 143, taking the Nurmagomedov money line minus 110, taking the Souza decision prop plus 300, taking Elliott by decision plus 100, passing on the Miller fight, taking Pineda inside the distance plus 250, and then taking the France fight doesn't go decision minus 130. Wheezy, is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet for the entire card?
Yes, that's correct, and I am really confident on that pass on the Grishin fight, Brady. That's like, I mean, like, I am really confident on that. But no. Okay, I'm gonna do because it's Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week, and because Pineda is such a savage finisher. I kind of feel like getting 5-1 on what is his win condition when he's already owing like a plus 180 underdog. That's what I'm gonna do as my best bet this week.
Sounds good. If you hit that, it'll be a 5-unit return. Let's see if you can get it. Johnny, you're taking the Grishin fight ends by knockout plus 180. You're passing on the Lacerta fight. You're passing on the Reed fight. You're taking Malarkey KO plus 100. Castaneda decision plus 210. Arlovski fight ends in split plus 400. Santos inside the distance plus 100. Passing on the Nurmagomedov fight, you're taking Karina Silva sub 2 plus 600. Elliott decision plus 100. Miller KO 2 plus 800. Pineda inside the distance plus 250. And then the Kaikar France money line to end it. Is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the card?
Yes, that's all correct. I'm going to go with my best bet to be Silva submission in the second round plus 600. I'm very confident that's going to hit, and I hope it does because I need to catch up.
All right, so if you hit that, it'll be a 12-unit return. There you go. And then last but not least, we got Billy Brizz. He's taking the Felipe Lins money line plus 110. Damon Blackshear money line plus 130. You're passing on the Reed fight. You're taking Malarkey inside the distance minus 150. Gafurov money line plus 116. Passing on the Arlovski fight. Taking Daniel Santos money line minus 215. Taking Nurmagomedov to win in round 3 or decision plus 150. Karina Silva inside the distance plus 110. Plus 115 for the Nurmagomedov one?
Yeah, plus 115.
All right, there we go. Big difference there. Good thing you called me out on it. Karina Silva inside the distance plus 110. Elliott money line minus 175. Miller money line minus 240. Passing on the Caceres Pineda fight, and then taking the France fight doesn't go to decision minus 130. Is all that now correct? And if so, what is your best bet for the card?
Yeah, all that's correct. And you already know my best bet is we got the Kansas City Shuffle coming back to his hometown, Las Vegas, where it all started. There's no better therapy than whooping somebody's fucking ass. I don't know if y'all had ever went through a heartbreak or anything like that, but whooping a motherfucker's ass and getting paid for it, that's my best bet.
So you're taking Elliott money line?
I like it.
Yeah, Elliott money line. And I do have a bet on the submission prop.
Sounds good. All right. So we did it, guys. Went through all 13 fights and excited to see how these guys do. To see if these guys can bump up in the rankings here. We got Johnny, we'll start with you. Let the people know where they can find you, what you typically have going on for some content throughout the week.
Yeah, thanks for having me on your show again. You can find me at Johnny K Picks on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I usually do my breakdown videos on Sundays or Mondays, live streams on Thursdays with Blood Money MMA bets. And every once in a while, we do our Saturday shows before the fights, like 2 hours before. But this week, we're not doing one, obviously. So that's where you can find me.
Sounds good. Weezy, let the people know where they can find you, what you typically have going on throughout a week of content.
Yeah, you can find me on Pub Sports Radio every Sunday for Stat Diggers, every Wednesday for the DFS show, every fight day for the live stream. You can find me on the MMA Engine YouTube channel with my guys Brady, Lou Betya, Monk Maddox. Every Monday, Brady and I go live for Probability, where we give you a data-driven look into all the time props on the card. And then you can find me on my YouTube channel, Uncle Weezy, every Tuesday night, full card breakdown, a greasy 4-leg parlay every week, and a Patreon with the best statistical analysis of the fight game that you're going to find anywhere. So check out that Patreon. Best way to support my work. Thank you guys all for watching. Let's stack cash tickets like flapjacks for UFC Vegas 74.
Let's do it. That is the goal. That is the goal. And then last but not least, Billy, let the people know where they can find you and what you typically have going on for some content.
Yeah, you can find me over on Instagram at Billy Brizz DFS, over on Twitter at Getting Bills. And then tonight, Pub Sports Radio live stream going down tonight. Got my man Uncle Weezy on panel. And we should have some special guests. I don't know how their schedules are going to work or how their relationship is, but we got my guy Liam Picks Fights coming on, and we're going to have Rich come on. So it should be a very entertaining episode tonight. Hopefully both of those gentlemen can come on. And we have Uncle Weezy on the panel as well. And we're going to be betting on some fights, making some money, talking shit, taking shots. And I don't know if you got a quick glance of it, but me and Weezy already disagree. And it's going to be a great episode, man. Make sure you tune in tonight.
Sounds like a show of Jerry Springer on there today. It should be a fun one, man. I like it. So I'm going to be heading out. I got to go do my brother's graduation stuff. We're going to the Cheesecake Factory, and then we're going to go some Top Golf. So I'll miss like the prelims, which is fine. I don't want to watch Arlovski fight. But yeah, I just recorded my 289 breakdown. I'll be posting that within the next couple hours. Just got to edit it. So make sure you guys look out for that. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel as always, and best of luck for UFC Vegas 74. Should be a solid card today. We'll talk to you guys later. See you.